Namaste. Hello everyone. So find your way down to your mat. We've got a lovely little release into the hips for you today. Coming to start with into a comfortable seat. You might want to grab something to sit on. And we're going to just let the hands come down to find contact with the body, wherever they feel comfortable here. Lengthening up through the spine. Close your eyes and take a moment to settle. Beginning to find awareness with your breath. And then with the chin ever so slightly tucked. Blinking the eyes open, find a soft gaze to the floor in front of you and a smile on your face. Let the hands travel to the heart, palm to palm. Let's find some movement now. Inhale, reach the arms wide, big circle traveling up and overhead. As you exhale, hands float down through the center line of the body. So a nice big circle. Inhale. And exhale. Pausing there, right hand down to the floor. Inhale, the left arm circles up and over, gently moving now into a side stretch. You might need to just walk the right hand a little further away. With an inhalation, rise up, taking the left hand behind the back. Right hand to left knee, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate. Coming back through center, inhale, big circle, arms up and over. Exhale, hands to heart, changing sides, left hand down to the floor. Inhale, right arm reaching up and over. As you exhale, moving into your side bend. Inhale, lift up and over, the arm comes behind the back. Left hand to right knee. Take a breath, grow tall, exhale to your twist. Coming back to center, hands reaching down towards the floor. Inhale, sit tall, start to walk the hands forwards. We're looking for about 50% of effort here, so not trying to go really super deep here. Just feeling your way into the hips. And then just start to walk the hands from one side to another. So we're just kind of rocking into the hips, gently rocking over each leg. Try and make it a nice fluid action, maybe reaching that arm a little further. You could take it into a big circle. And pausing back to center, walking the hands forwards, and then just softening in. So maybe folding slightly deeper, a little bend into the elbows, let the head go. Inhale to rise up, sweep the arms behind, press down into the palms, extend the leg. Point the toes, push into the palms, maybe squeeze the bottom. Lift the hips, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And then release back to sit. Drawing your right knee in. Bringing your right hand to the outside of the knee. Let it just drop out into the hand. So external rotation into the hip. We're going to use the other hand to scoop up the foot. And then just find a bit of exploration. Rocking, circling, maybe the foot coming into the elbow crease to find a cradle. Close your eyes, doesn't matter what it looks like. You can make these movements as big or as small as you gently laying your right leg over the left, crossing just above the knee, encouraging your right knee down towards the earth. No pushing or force. Flexing your foot, the toes headed back towards the knee. Bring your fingertips down to the earth beside you, sitting up tall. Option may be to bend the leg in. Explore how it feels to maybe lean forwards, maybe lean back. Maybe bring the hands back behind you, lift the heart. Maybe even a little bit of movement, rocking those legs from side to side. Carefully extending your left leg, bringing your hands to the front of the shin, and then interlace, squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Bringing the hands down to the foot, slightly leaning back, maybe holding here, maybe beginning to kick the leg away from you. Doesn't have to be a straight leg. Lovely, releasing down, bringing left leg in. So again, let the knee drop into your hands, scooping up your foot, starting to explore. Maybe big circles, maybe little tiny rocking movements, maybe cradling. And then laying the leg down, find that figure four position. Left knee headed down towards the floor, flexing into your foot, fingertips to the earth. You could stay here, you could fold forwards, you could bend the leg, you could lean back and lift the heart. Explore movement if that feels good. And then extend, drawing that left knee in, interlace the fingers, squeeze in, and then the hands find the foot. Nice big breath. As you exhale, kicking away. Lovely. Releasing, have a little shake out of your legs, and then sweeping over, find your way to tabletop. Connecting with the mat, push the ground away, and then begin to take some lovely big circles with the hips. Change direction, take it back. And then settling to neutral. Inhale, tailbone reaches for the sky. Drop the belly, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, tucking tail under, hug the belly in and up, press through your hands. 2 more with your breath. Settling into a neutral spine, front of the body hugging up to the back body, strong through the arms. Bringing your right knee slightly into center, we're going to take the left knee out to the side. Don't have to lift too high here. Flex into your foot and then take some circles. Back the opposite way. Pause, kick the leg out to the side. I'm going to turn so you can see. And then lower your foot down to the floor. Taking the sole of the foot flat to the mat. So your little toe side of the foot pressing down to the earth. Begin to press your sit bones back. So, depending on what's happening in your body today, this might be very intense coming into the inner thigh and groin. You might feel this more in hamstring, the back of the leg, maybe into the glute. So remember, make this practice yours. There are options. Maybe walking hands forwards, beginning to sink the chest as you press the hips back. Maybe shifting the hips over, towards the right side. That's going to change the sensation. Maybe you're staying up high, keeping that heart lifting. Maybe threading left arm under right, dropping down to your shoulder. And then carefully release. Bring knee into chest, rounding the back, squeezing in and up. And then inhale as you kick the leg away. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale. Here's time. Kick away to hold. Flex the foot, so toes to the earth, heel presses away. Lifting right arm. Finding your balance. Option here to bend the leg. Reach back, taking a grip of the little toe side of the foot. Kicking into the hand. If that isn't available, bend the leg, heel lifts up towards the ceiling. Arm can just be reaching back. Or keep your hands pressing down to the mat. And then release, extend the leg, toes touch to the earth, press your heel away. Little pulsing if that feels good. And then knees to the earth, sink back, find your child's pose. Take a couple of breaths into the back body. Inhale, rising up to tabletop. And again, we're going to be lifting the knee out. So left knee coming into center, right knee lifts out, flex your foot. Arms nice and strong. Taking some circles here, both directions. And then pause, lift the leg, kick the foot away, carefully lower it to the mat. Pressing down through the little toe side. Again, move around, wriggle into this. Find a place that you feel that you're doing something, but there is no risky pain. Maybe we lower down. Maybe working to shift the hips over a little more. Maybe threading right arm under left, lowering towards the mat. Notice how this side differs from the other. And then drawing the knee into nose, rounding through the spine. Inhale, extend the leg, kick away. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale, kick away. Exhale, round. Last one, hold. Find stability from your center, maybe lifting the left arm. So, again, your option maybe to bend the leg. Reaching back, take a little toe side of the foot to kick up. Maybe bend the leg, kick the heel up towards the ceiling, engaging into those glutes. Maybe the hands are staying on the mat. Lovely, straighten the leg, toes meet the earth, press the heel away, add a little pulse if that feels good. And then the knees down to the mat, back hip distance apart, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog, beginning to walk into your dog. Shifting hips from side to side, maybe bending the knee, let it travel across to the opposite side of the mat. Left foot coming into center, reach the right foot up and back, opening into the hips. So we're going to stack right hip over left, Bend the knee, heel towards the bottom. See if you could lift the knee a little higher now. Beautiful. Looking forwards, right knee taps towards right elbow. Kick it back. Look forwards once more, step between the hands. Dropping left knee to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms for the sky. As you exhale, the hands come down, shifting the hips back, maybe straightening into the leg. Inhale, come forwards, rise up. Exhale, shifting back. Last one. Pause there. Let your foot roll over to the right side. Notice how that changes the sensation into the back of the leg. Maybe walking the hands around to the right side. Lovely. Coming back. Once more, sinking into your lunge. Plant through the left hand. The right arm is going to reach up for the sky as you turn and lift and open your heart. Your option here would be to tuck the toes, lifting the back leg. Windmill the arms, frame the right foot, sweep it back, downward facing dog. Have a little walk through the legs. So right foot slightly into center. Inhale, left foot up and back. Opening into the hips, left hip stacks over right as you twist the torso towards the left side. Bending the leg, heel towards the bottom. Keep pushing the ground away. You're going to bring the knee forwards to the left elbow, maybe a little tap. Kick it back. Look forward, step it between the hands. Pause, drop the right knee. Release the toes. Inhale, lift the body. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Shift the hips back. Maybe draw the toes towards the nose. Inhale, ripple forwards. Let your body flow. Inhale. And exhale. Pause there. The foot rolling over to little toe side. Maybe walking the hands around to the left side. And then coming back, framing the foot, return to your lunge. So the right hand pushes down into the mat. Inhale, peel the left arm up for the sky, rotate the chest. Imagine someone is pulling those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Option to tuck the toes, lift the right knee. Releasing hands down, sweep the leg back, downward facing dog. Have a little pedal out. Inhale, lift up into your tiptoes. Begin to ripple through the spine, the weight transferring over to the hands. Find your way to plank, shuffle the toes a little further back if you need. Inhale, push down into the mat, lift up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, lower knees, lower the body with control. Beautiful. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, sweep back, child's pose. Take a breath. Inhale, rise, downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And then start to walk your feet up towards the front of the mat, little steps. Inhale, the hands onto the shins, reach the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, surrender down into a dangle. Walk the feet a little wider, bend the knees. And then just let yourself shift weight from one foot to the other. A little sway, maybe the arms are swaying freely. Take a big breath of release. Bend the knees even more now. Push into your heels, chin to chest as you slowly unravel all the way up to stand. Root down to the earth as you inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knee. Inhale, reach the arms for the sky. Exhale, sweeping back, find your way to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, either lower through the knees or hover through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog, or you could come to child's pose. Inhale, send the right foot up and back. Look forwards, big step between the hands. Take a moment to stabilize the legs. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders. So we're going to pivot on the back foot, opening out for warrior two. Shuffling the feet further apart if you need to find stability. Smile. And then inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms overhead, maybe lift the toes. Exhale, open out. Two more. Pause. Soften. Coming to extended side angle. So bringing the forearm down to the thigh, maybe you could sink just a little deeper into the hips. Options, bringing the hand to the hip, helping to rotate the pelvis. Maybe bringing the arm up and over. Maybe the hand traveling down to the floor. Different options. Different bodies. Find what works in your body today. What feels nourishing? Reaching up and out, straightening the legs. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Heels slightly stepping in, toes turning out. Bend the knees, coming into goddess. So just beginning to shift weight from side to side, engaging at your center. Draw the navel back to the spine. Relax shoulders, relax the jaw. So maybe move a little slower. Make that movement more dramatic. Extend through the legs. And then pause in center. And we're going to press into the heels, squeeze the bottom, rise up, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, open wide, sit down. Inhale, squeeze, lift up. Exhale, open. Last one. Pause there. Option, maybe lift the heels. And then release, straighten the legs, hands to hips, toes headed towards the long edge of the mat once more. Nice big breath in as you exhale, tilt the pelvis forward, begin to fold. Hands maybe finding their way to the floor, maybe gripping around the outer edges of the legs, maybe threaded through the legs, walking back. Let your head release, a little shake, yes and no. Returning hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Pivot on your feet. We're going to walk the hands back to the front edge of the mat. Sweeping legs back to downward facing dog. Inhale up into your tiptoes, bend the knees, look forwards, walk step or a little hop to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhaling to fold. Press into the heels. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back. Find your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, traveling down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Sending left foot up for the sky. Big step to the front of the mat. So pause there, strong legs as you inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. Pivoting on the back foot, open out, warrior two. Find your stability, soften, have a little flow through the arms, and then extend out. Inhaling to open. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Last one. Pausing there. Relax the toes. Coming to extended side angle. Again, find your variation. Maybe reaching up and over. Maybe coming down. So we're going to ease ourselves out, straighten the legs, pivot the toes to the long edge of the mat. Hands coming to hips. Inhale here. Exhale, folding forwards. Again, just come to that halfway point, flat back. And then release, hands down, walking the hands over to the right side. So you're going to just spin that right foot out slightly, bending into the knee, dropping the hips. And then take it all the way back to the other side. So just take your time, explore. Wonderful, guys. And then coming back to a kind of halfway point, we're going to walk the feet closer in towards each other, toes slightly turned out, sinking down into Malasana squat, yogi squat. If the knees really don't like this, come to sit into bound angle, soles of the feet together. Okay? If we are in our squat here, elbows pressing into the insides of the legs, palms actively pushing against each other. Try and sit up tall. So the navel hug back to the spine. Reach that crown up for the sky. If it's in your practice, you could come into crow here, Bakasana, arm balance. Sitting back now to the mat. Carefully extend the legs, keep the feet wide and let the knees drop together. So coming to some constructive rest. Windshield wipering the legs if that feels good. And then coming back to our hands and knees. So we're going to make our way into our pigeon. If, again, the knees are a little bit tricky and pigeon isn't for you today, you could come onto your back for your reclined variation, into your figure four, drawing the knee in. So we're going to get the same stretch, but without gravity, adding pressure to the knee. Bringing right knee forwards towards right wrist, and then the foot heading towards the left hand. Tuck the toes of your left foot, shuffle back as far as you can, and then sinking the hips towards the earth. If you're rolling over onto that right hip, we want to use something to fill up any gaps, so maybe bringing a block or a cushion underneath. Walk the hands in towards you. So first of all, lifting up, finding a stretch into this left hip flexor. Try and keep the hips square to the short edge of your mat. Nice big breath. As you exhale, begin to surrender forwards. So you could just let your head drop forwards. You could bring the hands to fists. You could bring a block underneath the head. Try and soften the shoulders and make sure that you're not clenching into the hands. We want to encourage some softness into the body. Focusing awareness on your exhalation. With an inhalation, rising up, remove anything from underneath the hips and just carefully roll onto that right hip, rotating back to sit. Legs extending out, and then you might like just to hug the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. Lovely, calming back now, so if you're on your back, just changing sides, bringing left knee forwards towards left wrist, sweeping the foot over to the right, walking that right foot back and sinking down. Maybe filling any gaps you have underneath the left hip. Starting by lifting up, nice deep breath in. Exhale, surrendering forwards. Again, just let yourself soften. Notice any sensations in the body. Notice anything that is arising here. Notice how you feel in this posture, your response, your reaction to this pose. Notice your thoughts, notice your emotions, and see if you can welcome anything that comes. Taking your time as you carefully rise up. And just removing the props, coming back to sit, and hugging those knees in. Give yourself a lovely big hug. Making our way now onto our backs. So if you have a block or a cushion nearby, you could use this just to give yourself a more restorative version of this posture. Feet coming to about hip distance apart. Walk them back towards the body as close as you can, maybe even reaching down and giving your heels a little tickle. Arms by your side, scoop your tailbone under, squeeze your bottom, begin to lift your hips for the sky. If you have a block or a cushion, you could bring this underneath the sacrum. If you've got a cushion, maybe double it up. And then you could walk your feet a little further out, a little further away from you, and just allow yourself a few breaths. If you're not working with any props here, pressing through the heels, squeeze the bottom, lift the hips up for the sky, maybe shuffling through the shoulders and bring the hands together beneath you. Extend the arms, press the hands down as you lift, as you rise the hips up for the sky. And then wherever we are, carefully releasing, take your time, let your back settle to the mat. Just have a little rock forwards and backwards. Hugging knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, maybe draw some circles. And then extending arms and legs, coming to Shavasana. Rocking the hair gently from side to side, let it rest in a comfortable place. Arms and legs may be moving a little further away from each other. Relaxing the jaw. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Relax your face. Let your breath settle. And take a few moments here to surrender. Returning awareness now to your breath. Begin to lengthen your inhalations. Returning movement to the fingers and the toes. Take a full body stretch. And then hugging these in, rolling over to your side. Pressing the ground away and returning to sit. Holding on to your beautiful heart. Take this opportunity to say something nice to yourself, a little message of love. What do you need to hear today? Bring a smile onto your face. Softly batting the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice.